Hello everybody, it's Ronnie with Whip and Chain. Today I want to show you these little adorable little key fob holders and hiders. Aren't they adorable? And it can hang, and when you need it you can just pull it out, bring it down, use it, and they travel so nice. So I love this one. It's a little little cupcake or ice cream cone. I think it's more like a cupcake, but it's adorable. And we're going to dive right into this because it's actually very simple pattern, easy to work up, and they don't take too long. Let's get started. Now, I am recommending cotton yarn for this project, but you can use acrylic yarn if you like. So that's totally your discretion. So I'm using Crafter's Secret. Love this yarn. It is from Hobby Lobby. It's one of my ultimate favorites. But the other color I'm using is Sugar and Cream. You need I will recommend I used a 4mm. If you want it a little smaller, you can use a 3. But I think the 4 worked out perfect for the size of it. All right. Let's get right into it. Let's have some fun. We're going to start with a normal slip knot. Put it on your hook. And we're going to chain 4. Now my Moo is behind me, my dog, so if you hear a little ruffling, that's him. So let's chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I want you to slip stitch into the first one. Now what we're making first is the top part of it. And then slip. Then chain 1. And I want you to put 6 single crochets in the center. I think always starting a project's the hardest part. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, bring it a little closer. Slide the table a little closer so I'm not stretching. Okay, I want you to slip stitch to your first. Just like that. I want you to chain 1, and I want you to put 2 single crochets in each stitch. So we're going to increase. So instead of having 6, we're going to now have 12. So it's just 2 single crochets in each stitch. This is 2. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So if you count back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, and 12. Okay, and all these stitches are single crochets. So I want you to slip stitch. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, to your first stitch. Yep, I had a count. Okay, chain 1. I want you to put 1 single crochet in the first one, and in the next one do 2 single crochets and 1 single crochet, and then 2, and keep doing that. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2. And you will end on a 2, and you should have 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 18. He's sitting right behind me. He is my buddy. And then you slip stitch to your first one. Okay. Chain 1, and then we'll put 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet in the next one, and then 2. So it's 1, 1, and 2. Okay. Nineteen, 20, 21, 22, and 23, and 24. So if you go back and count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, and 24. And then you slip stitch. And that's what she should look like. Make sure you pull tight. Now the next 4 rows, I want you to match stitch to stitch. That's it. No increasing, no decreasing, just match stitch to stitch. And each row you start with chain 1 and then 1 single crochet. So we'll do 1 round together. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And then slip stitch and chain one and get ready to do your next row, just like that. So we need you to do 3 more rows of 24 single crochets. I'll see you back in a minute. Okay, so after you're done your last row, you just slip stitch, and right there. Now make sure it's bowed out so the right side's up. Okay, so this next row, I want you to chain one, and I want you to single crochet, then skip one, and put 4 double crochets in the next stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I want you to skip a stitch, and the next one, just put 1 single crochet. Okay, skip a stitch, and 4 double crochets. It's 1. Oh, let's back up. I forgot to tell you something really important. Okay, see, shows I'm human too. I only want you to use the front part, not the whole stitch, just a front loop when you're doing it. So when you do your single crochet, go in and just do the front loop. Okay, you skip, and then your next one just front loop, 4 double crochets. I apologize, everybody. Three and 4. Skip one, front loop only, single crochet. Skip one, 4 double crochets, front loop only. 2, 3, and 4. Did you have enough of my close-up of my fingers here? Back you out just a little bit. Skip one and single crochet in the front loop only. Skip one, 4 double crochets. And 4. Skip one, single crochet. Skip one and 4. That's the whole pattern going around. Skip one, single crochet. Skip one and 4 double crochets. Skip one and a single. and 4. And then when you're back to the beginning, skip one and just slip stitch into that first single crochet. Chain 1 and cut. Okay. And that's what she should look like. Now I am going to recommend you hide these ends in now. These key fobs are absolutely adorable. To change something different. Now, you should hide your yarn however you're comfortable doing it. Hide in your ends. I do have a video back from the beginning on how to do this. Everybody thinks 3 times a charm, and if that's what works for you, that's fine. I just recommend that you make sure they're not going to come loose, because I hate to hear people work so hard on a project and then it came loose. Okay, so now there's this. I'm going to switch to my new color. Make a slip knot. Now, you know how we used front posts on these only? If you flip it back out, you have the other side of the stitch, each chain. So we're going to use them. And I want you to put 1 single crochet in each one going around. So you should have 24. So there's my first one. And I'm going to take my tail along for the ride so I don't have to worry about it later. So that's 1. Just single crochets. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. That should be far enough from my tail. Get rid of that so that's out of my hair. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, and $20, $21, $22, $23, and I think I miscounted somewhere. So I am gonna just join two of them. And 24. You can do that when life isn't perfect. Okay. So then slip stitch to your first one. And then I want you to chain one. And I want you to do 7 more rows of stitch to stitch. So what I do, so I can count, I need 7 more. So what I do is I lay out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 things, and as soon as each row I do, then I put one back in its bag. Let's do one together. Okay, so sorry about the interruption. My son came home. So what I was starting to say is every time I finish a row, I put one of these back away. That way I know I have 8 total rows. So let's do another row together. Ready? I do apologize when I'm counting. I can't talk or I honestly lose my count. So I slip stitch to the first one and then I'm getting rid of one of my things. Just like that. Let's do one more row together for just giggles. Ready? 1, 22, 23, and 24. I don't use those finger counters or anything because I've tried, and when I use them, if I accidentally hit it and I think I hit it an extra time, then I'm not sure on my counts and it throws me off and blah blah blah. That's my worrisome thing. But I have 4 more rows to do. I will see you at the end of them. Okay, I did all my rows. Now all you have to do is slip stitch to your first stitch, chain 1, and cut. And like I have recommended on the rest of it, I'd recommend getting rid of this loose end. Just so it's done. You don't have to worry about it. And that's it for that tail. And cut it. And turn it right side out. Now all we have to do is make the little cherry. And that is my Mimi digging on the couch while I am doing my tutorial. You hear? She is our little digging queen. Well, I was going to use red, but it looks like my red is all knotted up. So you know what? I'm going to go different. If I can find the end to this yellow, I'm going to do a yellow one. I think that'd be kind of cool. See my yellow I'm trying to find? All right, we're going with yellow. Now, I'm going to set that off just for a little bit. Mimi, stop. Thank you. Good girls. Now, just so you know, when I petted her, she stopped. I stopped petting her, and she's going to go right back into it. Here. My Mimi is a Lhasa, and they're from Tibet originally, and they love digging. All right, so now for the little cherry, slip stitch on, I want you to chain 4. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mamas, come on. You're all good. It's okay. After you chain 4, slip stitch into your first chain. You hear her huffing at me now? So you slip stitch. Just like that. Then I want you to chain 1. And I want you to put just 5 single crochets in the center of that. So that's 1. And then you can cover your tail if you want. This is 2. 3. 4. And 5. And then count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch into your first. One, 2, 3, yeah, that's 5. There we go. And you slip stitch. So now I want you to chain 1, and I want you to put 2 single crochets in every stitch, so you have 10. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I want you to slip stitch to your first one. Okay, I hid that tail, so I can dispose of it. Now I want you to make sure you flip it out before we do the next row. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do decreases. So bring you on in. So we need to do 5 decreases. So you slip stitch, chain 1, put your hook in the first stitch and grab some yarn. Good. Do a next stitch and grab some yarn. You'll have 3 loops. You wrap and you go through all 3. And that's a decrease. So that's 1 decrease. That's 2. That's 3. 4 decreases. And 5 decreases. Getting a little ball. See it? Me personally, I like to do at least 2 more decreases. Go around. 1 and 2 and decrease. Now if you're happy with that, you can stop. Okay, it's who I am. I like to do it. 1 and 2 and decrease. When you're done, I want you to take your hook, squish it, and go right through the center of the bottom and slip stitch, just like that. Now I want you to chain 38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, and 28. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 7, and 38. Once you got your 38, come up here and slip stitch back into that center. And chain 1 and cut and tie. Okay. And then you should hide that thing. But I'm just going to show you. You take your hook through the center. You grab it. And you just push it through. And there is your cherry, your topping, and then there's your key fob. Isn't that adorable? That is how you make these. And here's the original one. Very nice. Well, thank you for listening to our tutorials. Thank you for following us, and we want to thank you for everything that you have done for us. I am Ronnie. I work alongside Maggie and Lauren with WIP, W-I-P, for Work in Progress, and Chain, and we try to bring you a few new tutorials every week. So come find us on Facebook under WIP, W-I-P, and Chain. And if you like this video, can you please hit that subscribe button at the bottom and that like button? And we would truly appreciate your time. Have a wonderful night. Happy crocheting, everybody.